Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about copywriting. It's going to be very straightforward. If you're completely new to this business model and marketing, copywriting is basically the writing that you do to persuade someone. It's basically just sales, except written on the computer, digitally. So I'm just going to be really straightforward. It's going to be like super plain and casual here. We're just going to get right into like the source of where you can learn this rather than me telling you like super in like a super long form and in like a very unpractical way. I'm just gonna give you the templates, the all the frameworks, and pretty much explain my thought process. So this link to this article will be down in the description. You guys can go ahead and read this whole article and study it, because this is like if you want to do something online, you want to sell something online, just sell anything in general. Copywriting is that one skill that you're gonna need to know. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about copywriting here. So frameworks. The most important framework that you should learn is the ADA model. It's just fundamental. There's many variations of this, which you guys will be able to see as you guys scroll down this article. But what's the ADA framework? Basically, what it's trying to do is you're trying to get a person to take an action, right? So you're following a framework, taking a person down a certain, journey, right? So attention, interest, desire, action. That's what AIDA model stands for, right? You're going to be using this to write your ads, to script your ads, like your actual creative. This is going to apply to anything you write, your headlines, your ad copy, all that good stuff, okay? And you really need to, I'm not going to say master this, but understand fundamentally what's going on, like how this model works and how it ties into persuasion and selling, like making a person take an action, especially when it comes to advertising. So attention. One thing you guys have to know when you guys are analyzing these frameworks is that there's a common theme amongst them. And the common theme is the hook is probably one of the most important things, okay? Because the thing is, when you're writing to sell something, you're not trying to talk to everyone, right? You're trying to get a certain person to respond to whatever you're writing, and then everything that follows is accordingly to whoever's reading, right? So let's say you go down to New York Times Square and you're like, who's a new dog owner? Certain people will put their hands up. So then you're going to talk to those new dog owners only. And you're not going to be like, who wants $1 million? And then everyone puts their hands up and then you say dog owners only. That's not how it works, right? Your hook is the most important thing in your marketing. Your first impression it's most important. There's a saying that, to save the best for last. In marketing, you need to have the best at the very start. If you have a really good hook, a really good impression, everything that follows it doesn't have to be as great. So, for example, your headlines, your thumbnail, the first sentence of anything you write, you zoom out on it. Not even the first sentence, the first paragraph, but your ad. You take your ad very zoomed out. Your ad is the first impression, but you zoom in on it. It's your hook, right? The hook of your ad. Then the thumbnail, the first 1 second of your ad, or 3 seconds of your ad. Super important that you create a really powerful hook. It should sound compelling. It should be very clear who you're trying to talk to. That's the very most important rule of direct response marketing, is know who you're talking to. Think of it like this. Who do I not want responding to my ad? Okay? For example, YouTube ads, they only charge you after 30 seconds or if they click on your ad, right? So it's in your best intention to remove anyone that you don't want to watch your ad. If you want to talk to new dog owners that are over 40, new dog owners, that are over 40, you're going to say that right at the start. If you're a new dog owner and you're over 40, you probably want to watch this. But it's not as simple as saying it directly. And that's where stages of awareness come in, and that's what you'll learn as you dig into copywriting, right? So ADA framework is very important to apply to everything that you do with your ads, especially since you know that, Facebook, TikTok, they're based off of machine learning, right? And maybe you guys been in dropshipping for a while now, and if you dug around Discord and everything, then you may have heard of people talk about targeting with your creative, and this is basically it. You know, that hook that calls out to the people. Think of the New York Times Square analogy that I gave. That's basically what it's doing. And the more clear, the more compelling you make your message, you're going to have easier time advertising, because the machine learning is just more effective, or more efficient, I mean, because your marketing in itself is clear. The more clear it is, the more compelling it is, easier time you'll have with marketing, the faster you're going to get data in, and you won't have to spend as much. So study this framework, ADA model. That's your guys' homework. And then post your insight down in the comments if you're really truly serious about this. This is like raw marketing. And it's not going to take that long for you to learn this. What you're trying to do is you're trying to build a baseline, right? Because if you have no baseline, you're going to be unable to reverse engineer things properly. And you're not going to be able to have, all the dots on the paper to connect once something does snap, does click. You want to have as much things, you want to have as much dots laid out on the paper for when things do click, you're able to articulate on a much deeper level and make more sense of it, right? So for example, they have an example here, drive more traffic to your site. Who would respond to this message? Who's the target audience that they're trying to hit with this? Is it clear? Is it compelling? Right? There has to be one big idea. So whatever idea you're painting with your hook, that's the only idea you're ever going to talk about. If it's drive more traffic to your site, you're only going to be talking about driving more traffic to their site. Okay? So your big idea is in the attention part, right? Call out to your target audience with a big idea that's compelling, because that's what's going to get a person to respond. That's how you hook in a person. Then you need to create pain, which is in the interest, because without pain, you're not open to a solution. Okay? And then you provide that solution, and then you sell the click. So there's different ways you can do this in different areas, stages of your funnel. At your ad level, you're trying to sell that click on your ad, right? Your landing page, you're trying to sell that add to cart and that buy, that purchase. So there's multiple ways you can apply this, but it all comes down to implementing, which is why I'm just showing you guys how to implement and a bunch of these templates, rather than just giving you guys basic theory and useless crap. You guys actually just get, to me, this is the biggest bang for like the buck thing you could do here is just read this article, and more importantly, implement. And when you're going out there and implementing, just know that when it comes to writing and anything you do in general, when you start off doing something, it's going to be absolute trash. Your first 10, 20 drafts will probably be trash. But the whole point is just being free. Don't give yourself so many rules and boundaries, because most of the time, from what I've seen, all the people I've talked to and worked with, something called analysis paralysis, right? Which is basically just lack of clarity and not enough freedom and lack of implementation. So you just got to implement. Don't restrict yourself to rules and boundaries you have to follow. Just write something really quick, write something really long, write something medium form, go out there, reverse engineer, copy someone one for one, reverse engineer what they're doing, apply the framework onto their writing, see if they're following a framework, change the text up. So like drive more traffic to your site. So, we can template this. Drive more that desired result to the, drive more desired result, basically. Or you like land more dates, increase your income by, this is how you increase your income by $1 an hour or something, right? Like, and then you have to think, who is going to respond to this? Very clear that you make it very clear. You need to be very clear on who is responding to your ad, or else everything will crumble. If you don't know your target audience, you don't know the market, then everything will crumble. And from here, there's like a very specific framework that we use to test this, which for me, I love Facebook ads just because you can throw shit at the wall and image ads, and it's all about the message. You gotta know that when it comes to advertising and selling something and marketing, it's all about the message and the emotion, because the only thing that people click for and the reason why people read things and do things that they do is the feeling that they get from it and the underlying message. And the more clear your message is, the more compelling your ad is, and whatever you're writing, that's going to be the thing that sets you up for success. So that's what we're testing here. The best combination of the marketing angle and the creative angle. And that's pretty much it. Just a really quick video. Thought I'd push out more videos on YouTube moving forward into the year. If you guys really like this, you guys want more practical stuff like this, let me know in the comments, like, share the video. And yeah, subscribe, check out the videos on my channel. I've released some like free videos in a private playlist.